Nigeria, they also deserve to be mentioned. Quality senators and House of Representative members count it all joy that they are given the opportunity to serve and contribute their quota to the development of the country. Their constituents and Nigerians at large are big winners. Why did I say that? This is because it is hard for the electorate to always, at every electoral season, elect men and women of good virtues. The reality of the Nigerian situation is that the political class is replete with political figures who see politics as another means to acquire wealth and boost public status. Quality legislative representation. On that note, my guest this morning, a former deputy director at the Central Bank of Nigeria, he left to become a representative for INT'L Lagelu Federal Constituency. His name, Agbakin Olalere Akinrinde. He says he wants to be that man who will change the face of INT'L Lagelu. He also calls himself the village boy. During the week, I caught up with him. Let's take a listen to Agbakin Olalere Akinrinde. I have a guest with me this morning. He is a retired deputy director of the Central Bank of Nigeria. He's a member of the Social Democratic Party, the SDP. He wants to go to the House of Representatives. He wants to represent the good people of INT'L and Lagelu Federal Constituency in Abuja. He's an engineer. They call him Agbakin Olalere Akinrinde Omoko. Well, he says he's Omoko, but what is Omoko?
Bush boy.
The
bush boy.
Okay, permit me to call him the bush boy.
Yeah.
Good morning and good to have you on the podium. Agbakin Olalere Akinrinde, aka the bush boy.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. I'm happy to be here. And I want to greet my good people in INT'L and Lagelu. Good morning. How are you doing? I hope you are taking care of my fathers there, the Bales, the Obas, the Oloris, the heads, and everyone that has to do with us there. God bless you.
You see, it's very interesting meeting people like you. You're always a delight to have.
Thank you.
Your kind of philosophy is different. Despite the fact that you coming from the banking sector, getting into politics. However, you are an engineer. How did you get into CBN? Let's start from there.
God bless you. God bless you. Yes. All through my educational career, I belong to the engineering arm.
Okay.
Except at a period when I went briefly to the teachers' training college in those days. Otherwise, I left from a modern school for teachers' college, from teachers' college to a technical college, from technical college to the Polytechnic of Ibadan, from Polytechnic of Ibadan to the University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, then to the University of Technology, Minna. I've always been an engineering delight. So don't forget, all the objectives of Central Bank of Nigeria are being propelled by people. People required conducive work environment to be able to deliver on the CBN mandates. One of the things you cannot do without is physical structure, the buildings. You understand?
Yes.
Another thing that is as important as that are the work tools. You talk of the computers. You talk of the air conditioning system.
Yeah.
You talk of lighting. You talk of power generating systems. You talk of other things. There is another aspect of engineering in central bank that is probably hidden to people. We have what we call the note processing systems.
Okay.
These are the systems that process our money to determine its lifespan, to determine when to recall every note from circulation. So this particular system was introduced to central bank in 1987. We call one aspect of it international security system.
Okay.
These systems are manned by engineers. So in the year 1990, I was privileged to get the advert through a friend, and I applied as an automation engineer and got appointed by Central Bank of Nigeria. While I was in Central Bank, I was directly working in that unit where they procure and maintain those systems that process the Nigerian currencies of all denominations.
Did you also work in the minting press?
I did not work in minting press.
Okay.
The relationship between minting and central bank is, minting is a subsidiary of the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Yes.
Right? They are responsible for printing
the currency.
But when they print, they bring it to Central Bank of Nigeria. It is the duty, it is one of the duties of Central Bank of Nigeria to distribute these currencies.
Okay.
So the lifespan of a currency in circulation is normally 2 years.
Okay.
Even though we have not been following it as it should be.
Okay.
So after 2 years, they bring it in through the various commercial banks. This money are deposited in central bank vaults.
Okay.
Or strong rooms. So, and that is when they will now bring it to my office there, where I was attached for processing, to determine whether we can still recycle the money, we can still throw it back into the circulation for people to spend. Whichever one is no longer fit, will be taken to a destruction center, which I supervised for not less than 20 years of my career in Central Bank. We divert the unfit note to these destruction machines. They get destroyed. Then the CBN will now request the mint to print notes to replace those ones we have destroyed. So, again, like I told you, Central Bank have 5 objectives majorly. And these 5 objectives are being driven by people. So they need structure, they need work tools, they need good work environment. So all these ones are part of what we were doing in Central Bank. And that is the department I belong in Central Bank of Nigeria. We call it the Procurement and Support Services Department.
Okay. Okay. So before we go into politics, which you eventually delved into, let's look at these 2 things from the central bank, especially what is trending right now.
Okay.
We have new Naira notes. People talk about the aesthetic design of that Naira note. However, what I'll be asking is, the policy of the new Naira note, what are the merits and the demerits of the policy of the new Naira note, and also the withdrawal policies that came afterwards from the central bank?
Let me start by telling you that worldwide, the recall of any national currency is normally carried out within 8 years. And it is a duty, is it the prerogative for Central Bank of Nigeria to recall Naira from circulation? You understand? And if you look at it, if you check the history, the Central Bank did the last currency replacement in 1984. Coincidentally, it was even the same president here now, General Buhari retired, that was the head of state there. So the replacement or the recall, as you people will call it, is at the prerogative of Central Bank of Nigeria. So recalling it is fine. Now, yes, the note replaced, the notes claimed to have been replaced were died. I think that was the thought of, that is what is circulating in Nigeria. But the most important thing is that you cannot use the old note in place of the new note, because in actual fact, physically, you can see that the new notes are different from the old notes.
Especially in coloration.
Yes, particularly in colors. So it is certain, I am sure, that there is no way you will not be able to differentiate between the old and the new, right? But what you should have probably asked me is whether this replacement or recall will serve its purpose.
Yeah, those are the merits and the demerits.
And I will say yes, they will serve the purpose. You know, let me take it from the angle on which I'm coming here now. I'm going into politics.
Yes.
And it has always, as somebody that does not have enough resources to deploy, we know the Nigerian state, we know the Nigerian system. The system had already been monetized. Yeah. If you don't have money in Nigeria, you can't go far in politics. So it has always been a headache to me. How do I cope in the face of bullion funds moving around Lagos, Abuja, into private homes, right? I am very, very certain these big wigs in politics had stockpiled currency notes in various places, aiming to buy vote from my people in Akiyele and Lagelu, I know, to narrow it down, right? Yeah. So the change in color or whatever you say has served me in that purpose. Okay. Those notes they stockpiled to buy vote that would have come to my side, they have already disrupted their plan now. You understand? Two, all these bandits, the terrorists, or whatever, that are collecting ransom, where do they keep this money? Where do they keep the money? They stockpile them in the bush, right? They stockpile them in the bush, because if you take your illicit money to the bank, the EFCC is watching you. Central Bank is watching you. You can easily be trapped. Now, tell me, now that we have changed the color of Naira, let's say we have not changed anything in Naira, but at least we have changed the colors. Now, the money they are buried in the bushes are useless now. So invariably, that one will discourage kidnapping, it will discourage banditry. It will discourage many of the other vices that are troubling our country for now. Especially economically. Now, when you even talk, let's look at it from the economic point of view. Our mega companies in Nigeria that were producing them had already moved out of the country as a power supply. But the preliminary aspect of it is what you have just said, power supply. We've got to have stable power supply before we can initiate the process of empowering the SMEs to manufacture.
All right, we'll go on a break now. And when we come back, the podium continues. Stay tuned, don't go away.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
You are the living God.
Apostolic Fire Revival 2022. The Bible says in the book of Joshua 3:10, "For the living God is among you." Savior's Apostolic Church Incorporated, City of Apostolic Fire Revival, invite you to the 2022 Apostolic Fire Revival with the theme, "For the living God is among you." Joshua 3:10, coming up on Monday 12th to Sunday 18th December 2022 at exactly 5 p.m. daily, featuring salvation, deliverance, holiness, breakthrough, holy baptism, signs and wonders, drama and songs inspiration, ministering in the splendor of God's power. Apostle J.O. Abimbola, Savior's Apostolic Church Incorporated, President worldwide. Savior's Apostolic Church Incorporated, City of Apostolic Revival is located at XW9/601 Desalo Street off Railway Line, Odono Akpata, Ibadan. Come and experience the manifestation of His power in a new dimension. Jesus is Lord.
ìyá Làbákẹ́ bó o tiẹ̀ lẹ̀rẹ̀ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n fi ránṣẹ́ sí ọ látòkè òkun tó nílò àtúnṣe ráńpẹ́ ǹjọ́ ti ṣe.
àfi sùúrù oríborí ìyé lọ́rọ̀ àwọn tó fóònù ṣe ọ̀hún ṣe ni wọ́n tún bá mi bá yé rẹ̀ jẹ́ mo ti ẹ̀rọ ojú tó ẹ o jẹ́.
mẹbí mo wí fún ọ pé kó o lọ sí Refos pẹ́ni tó mojú ògùn láàjò pàbí nírè níbi tí wọ́n ti bá ọ sọ ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ rẹ dọ̀tun àwọn aláìmọ̀kan ló lọ gbé fún.
ẹ wo ọ̀nà àbáyọ ni ẹ bá ń wá ọjà ẹ.
o ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni Refos ló ń wá ojútùú sí àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tó mẹ́rì bíi phones unlocked screen problem tàbí èyíkéyìí wàhálà tó bá ń súyọ lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ rẹ. Any katakata wey dey happen to your phones na dem go suffer mo whether phones repair or any issue on your telewire make you take am go Refos o. kàn sí wọn ní nọ́mbà 35C Nipos shopping complex ládojúkọ Cocoa house tó wà nìbàdàn gẹ́lẹ́kọ̀ tó wẹnu géètì ló ti kàn wọ́n kúgú mbẹ̀ gbàrà tó bá tún wọlé tán ló ti kàn wọ́n lápá ọ̀tún rẹ̀ bó bá wá rú ọ lójú pé wọ́n sórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 0706-436-8169 tàbí 0809-695-7878 Refos àwọn lọ̀gá.
bí èyí tó kéré jù nínú ìran àkànbá lè dánilé tiẹ̀ kò sí ohun tó ní kẹ́dá yẹn náà má dá níbi tí ó máa pè nílé ara rẹ̀.
ẹ sì parọ́ o àmọ́ nírú àsìkò yìí ọ̀nà wo lèyìn ó gbé gbà.
torí ẹ̀ gan-an làwa sì fi mú bí ojúṣe wa láti ya bátànì ọ̀nà ìrọ̀rùn kalẹ̀ fún gbogbo ẹni bá ṣe tán láti donílé lórí níbàámu pẹ̀lú bí àpò kó wa bá ṣe rí.
ẹ dákun tá a lẹ́yìn.
àwa ni Design Bricks Homes and Property táyé ti mọ̀ bí ẹni mowó lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ilégbèé àǹfààní ìrọ̀rùn àti sọnídonílé ara ẹni la tún gbédé fún gbogbo ẹ̀dá tí ó fẹ́ sí kọ́kọ́rọ́ kú.
ẹ já mi tán.
Design Bricks Easy Pay Housing Scheme ń lè tó kíkọ́ ilégbèé ìrọ̀rùn fún gbogbo mùtúmùwà nínú àwọn ẹ́stéètì wa tó wà níbàdàn Èkó Abẹ́òkúta àti Ìjẹ̀bú Òde ẹ máa sanwó ilé ọ̀hún díẹ̀díẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ó kéré tán 200,000 naira léyìí tẹ́ ẹ lè san láàrin oṣù mẹ́fà sọ́dún mẹ́ta ni wọ́n bá kó kọ́kọ́rọ́ ilé yín léyìn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀dínwó àrà ọ̀tọ̀ wá wà fẹ́ni tó bá sanwó ilé tiẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà bákan náà làǹfààní tó yàtọ̀ tún wà fẹ́ni tó bá sanwó ilé tiẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀mejì ẹ̀mẹ́ta tàbí ẹ̀mẹ́rin láàrin ọdún kan.
wàwú a jẹ́ wípé ilé kíkọ́ ti zẹ̀dọ́dọ̀ tèmi náà nu o.
láti jàǹfààní yìí ẹ tètè pé Design Bricks sórí 090-393-75110 ẹ sì lè pè 080-2542-4253.
kọjá lọ bẹ̀ tú mi sílẹ̀ Jésù kọjá lọ bẹ̀ tú mi sílẹ̀.
iṣẹ́ ìtúsílẹ̀ ní Ọlọ́run wòlíì Táíwò Òjó bàbá ìsọjí orí afẹ́fẹ́ ṣe nínú 72 hours with God tó parí 2022. àkórí 72 hours with God látọjọ́ Friday náà ní Sunday 11th December Tuesday let him go. ẹ tú sílẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kó máa lọ. agbádá ògo ló mú bàtọ́ lómi ìmọ́lẹ̀ ó jára ẹgbà ọwọ́ rẹ̀ ló kù sí. Jésù fẹ́ tú ọ sílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ogun kò fẹ́ kó rìnrìn àjò 2023 nínú ìdè. ìwọ náà darapọ̀ mọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yà àti èdè lábẹ́ ìfàmì òròyìn ọlọ́ lórí àwọn ìránṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn olórin ẹ̀mí bíi bísí aláwìyé àlùkò káre tẹríba ìlàjà akéwòdì Ọlọ́run sábẹ́ bàbá ìsọjí orí afẹ́fẹ́ Prophet Táíwò Òjó wọ́n á máa pàṣẹ ìtúsílẹ̀ ojú ẹsẹ̀ pẹ̀lú agbára tó ń bẹ nínú orúkọ Jésù. bàbá ti wà nù àdúrà látọjọ́ Friday náà àárọ̀ Monday la máa ṣe orí ọ̀fẹ́ o láti wọ́rọ̀ ọdún Ìbàdàn tó bá sì ṣe ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ọ̀sẹ̀ gẹ́rẹ́ ní ká ẹ máa bọ̀ ní Mẹ́síkà tí CAC májẹ̀mú àánú o gbogbo ẹni bá wà ní Jésù máa tú sílẹ̀.
adùnnú nínú tí kì í fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn bànújẹ́ àgbà kí n ó sòye fún ẹ á ní kò mọ̀ jẹ́ kéèyàn kan ó gbọ́ pé lọ síwájú ọmọ èèyàn ló jẹun lógún gbogbo akíyẹlé lágẹ̀lú mo mọ̀ kí n kú oríire o ẹ bá lè dìbò fún ọlá lérè àgbà kí n sẹ́mọ̀. ìdẹ̀kùn ti dé fún Mùtúmùwà ní Lágẹ̀lú.
ẹni lọ bẹ ní sàsùn lẹ́ẹ̀ka kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wa bá Akíndé ọlá lérè òun lẹ́ni tí a fẹ́ ó ṣojú wa ní fẹ́dra nílé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin lábẹ́ àsíá SDP ẹ̀ka kẹ́kọ̀ọ́
ìtìá ẹ̀sìn wa ti gbéra o.
ó ti gbéra tán.
àlẹ́sì funfun ti gbéra o.
ó ti gbéra tán.
ó ti gbéra lọ gọ́ọ̀mẹ́ntà.
ó ti gbéra tán.
ẹ̀ṣà Akíndé ti gbéra o.
ó ti gbéra tán.
ẹ̀sìn àgbà kiri ó ti gbéra o.
ó ti gbéra tán.
32 FM 94.9.
Safasa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa
Welcome back. It's still the Podium on 32 FM 94.9. I still have Agbaki Olalere Akinride. He says he's the bush boy.
Omoko.
He is on the show. Now let's delve into politics. In the last 3 to 4 years, how would you assess the representation in Akinyele local government or federal constituency, as it were, most especially when you look at the incumbent, that's Honorable Olu Akintola representing the constituency. How would you rate your constituency at this time?
Yes, as a result of poor representation, Akinyele Lagelu Federal Constituency is on the back bench. I left my village in 1972 for formal education in the cities, including abroad, right? I came back to participate in politics. Behold, my brother, what I left in 1972 has not changed in any form. The only federal presence I met in Lagelu when I came back was the Navy Secondary School in Lagelu, and that was all. Nothing. This is as a result of poor representation. I'm even happy that you even know the name of our representative in Akinyele Lagelu, because none of my people in the two local governments have been able to tell me his name.
Although I've not seen him before.
They don't know him.
But I know his name.
They don't know him. They don't know him. I follow parliamentary parliament documentaries on the TV so regularly that I know most of these powerful, energetic, resourceful legislators in Nigeria. I have not seen Honorable Akintola for once discuss anything in the House of Representatives. So when you don't discuss, when you don't move, you don't get anything. You've got to show your presence. You've got to show them that you know what you are doing.
So going by what you're saying now, what you're saying about your constituents.
He has not done anything. People do not even know him. I don't know.
Is that what the people are saying?
That is what
or
people...
Are you saying politically, based on the electionaries?
I have nothing to gain by running anybody down. At the convergence of Akinyele and Lagelu people, I requested to know whether any one of them has come across Honorable Akintola before. They do not know him. His existence is not felt by anybody. Even in the house, I am sure they do not know that Akinyele Lagelu Federal Constituency is represented. It is only when you make your presence felt, when you make yourself known in the house, when you argue, when you present logically, when you lobby, that is when people will know you, that you are around. But a situation you will go to the house and remain a dummy on your seat. Who will know you? How will you attract federal presence into your constituency?
So as it is now, from what you are saying, the listener at home is there listening to you. It seems as if the vote in Akinyele will be split. Akinyele has two major political parties, especially the PDP and the APC. You have the SDP. These two big political parties, especially the PDP and the APC, have also picked their candidates, and from the same federal constituency, there's a Tokumbadiaga of the PDP, there's Lafi of the APC, from Lagelu there, especially where you hail from. Is vote sharing not inevitable for the three of you? And you will have to look also, probably outside, to see how you can get votes. Don't you think it's going to be a split thing in Lagelu?
There's no way I can have 100% of the vote in Lagelu and Akinyele. Definitely they will have their own shares. I agree. I will not deceive myself and tell you that they will not have their own shares. But believe me, Nigerians are wiser. They have tried PDP. They disappointed them. The PDP disappointed them. They gave governance to APC. It was the same story. People are tired of these two so-called big political parties we are talking about. They are tired. People want new hands. And that is true. It's obvious.
Is SDP then a formidable force?
The only available option for them in Lagelu and Akinyele today is the SDP. That Agbake Olalere Akinrinde Omoko is representing.
There is also a force in Oyo State. We have the Accord, the party Accord. We also have the Labour Party in Oyo State.
They are not in any way threats to me.
They are not.
They are not. My brother, they are not. I know them just as I know the back of my hands or my palms.
Let's still look at your constituency.
And they know me too. They know me too.
Your constituency is a
They know I am the owner of that seat. I have what it takes to lead the federal constituency, Akinyele, Lagelu. And this is why I've been challenging you journalists. Put us together. Let everybody bring what he or she has. Then you'll be able to decide. You see this hunger that APC is giving to Nigerians that they want to cherish and still vote for them? You see the corruption during the life of PDP that INT'L and Lagelu people will now vote for? They are tired of all those things.
Wow.
People are suffering. They want to try new things. I have come, Omoko. People have tried. The people from the cities and towns have tried it. They failed.
So the village boy wants to come.
The village boy want to come and make the difference.
But your constituency is a very volatile constituency, especially when it comes to insecurity. It's known for political killings. If you are conversant with it, when you were in Abuja, you heard of what happened to Imitope Sugar, and you heard what also happened to other political bigwigs there. There's one certain
Shegelu, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened.
Of blessed memory.
What do you think could mitigate that pre-election, during election, and post-election?
Let me make a reference to the day I retired from Central Bank, and they organized a send forth party for me. During that program, they requested to know what next thing I wanted to go into. And I told them I want to go and represent my good people of INT'L and Lagelu in the Federal House of Representatives. They were all amazed. They were all surprised. Is it not the same Lagelu where they kill Temitope Sugar? Is it not the same Lagelu where they kill Shegelu? I want to agree with you that Lagelu in particular is volatile. But believe me, things have changed.
Lagelu?
Things have changed in Lagelu. We are no longer murderers. We are no longer killers. We don't carry gun again. So I can say, my man, listen to me.
Yeah.
I can now describe the politicians in Lagelu as born-again Christians or Muslims. I am telling you.
So since you came out to contest, nobody has threatened you?
Well, it is not as if we have not seen their hands. But I think they did not come to kill me. Maybe they came that day to warn me.
To tell you that we are around.
So that, no, I knew they were around before I came into politics. Wait, my brother.
We are here.
My brother, I knew they were there before I delved into politics.
Maybe you forgot.
I knew they were there. Okay. And they have tried. They have tried. But since I have God behind me, I think I am safe. I don't have the intention of killing anybody. I have been saying it. If I thought I plan to kill anybody, I pray that I don't survive that night. Any day I choose to kill anybody, all in the name of politics. I pray I don't survive that night. Politics should not be do or die. If you actually want to represent people, why do you need to kill the people you want to represent? Why? Why must you kill people?
Every politics is local.
Yeah, it is local. But I think
the SDP has what it takes to correct people.
Of course, now I have just told you. If you talk of PDP in Nigeria of today, you are talking of APC. You are talking of APC. You are talking of PDP. Okay, if you don't agree with me, tell me the difference. It is not the same. They are just the same gene in different bottles, and people know them. They know them very well.
They taste the same.
They taste the same.
They taste the same.
Don't forget, a very strong member of the PDP is now the APC chairman, Adamu. Have you forgotten?
Let's narrow it down.
You know.
Former PDP gubernatorial candidate.
He's now the candidate of the APC in Oyo State. The same gene in different bottles. And believe me, our people, they have taught our people some lessons. They've opened their eyes.
Wow.
You understand? They have taught them tough lessons. They know that there is nothing good that can come out of either APC and PDP. They are tired of these two giants we are talking about. The only option left to them now is the Social Democratic Party.
That's what you say.
For which I stand for.
Okay, but in Oyo State, let's go to the gubernatorial now. We have Senator Teslim Fulani, as we said earlier. We have the incumbent, Engineer Sheyi Makinde of the PDP. And then we have Adebayo Delabu, Kwenkele Messi of the Accord. Then we have Barrister Michael Lana of the SDP and other candidates.
The incoming governor. Whenever you mention that name, always add it. Don't forget to add. The incoming governor of your state, Barrister Michael Lana.
For you, he's your incoming governor.
An erudite lawyer.
But for me, the INEC has to determine whether he will be the incoming governor.
No, it is not the INEC that will determine who becomes the governor.
Well,
It is the people of Oyo State.
INEC will announce the vote of the people. Is what INEC announces that I will follow.
Hey, it is whatever people chooses that the INEC will announce. It is not the INEC that determines who becomes the governor. It is the people. And I've just told you, our people in Oyo State are wiser. Look, before, for instance, excuse me, before I came into politics, people didn't know I would come. I have met many of them. They know me because I'm very familiar to Lagelu. They know me. They have been telling me, Agbaki, come and serve in politics. Come and manage this federal constituency for us. But I did not give them any positive answer. So they had almost made up their minds that since we don't have what we want, we take whatever is available. But the moment I featured, the moment I surfaced, the moment I declared my intention to run, people have come to reasoning that yes, we have gotten a better choice. We don't want this APC again. We don't want this PDP again. Our newborn baby is who? Is Agbaki Olalere Akinride of SDP. It is only when you don't have what you want that you accept whatever you get.
We'll go on another break. And when we come back, the podium continues. Welcome back. It's still the podium on 32 FM 94.9, the station where Joy resides. I am CHIKE OGBOGU. Before we went on that break, we're talking about the SDP or your state politics, especially Guba politics. Let me ask you, Agbaki Olalere Akinride, can you score Governor Seyi Makinde's administration? Because the people seem to see him as the people's governor in Oyo State. Is it doing well to you?
Well, when you talk of the incumbent governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, he has tried his best. This is the bitter truth. Though I am yet to see where people talk what you just told me now, that he is people's governor. I am yet to hear them. I am yet to hear them because I am not in PDP. I am in SDP. And I have my governorship candidate in person of Michael Lana. I know what Michael Lana has done in Oyo State. Don't forget, he was once the Attorney General of the state. Yeah. So they all know him very well. We have mixed. I've met him. I've discussed with him on different fora. I know the substance Michael is made up of. Right? When you talk of Seyi Makinde, there's one particular area that I cherish in his administration. Okay. And I will not shy away from it. When Ajimobi was alive, when he was in charge of Oyo State, I told whoever cared to listen that Ajimobi was not my favorite, that he was not my governor. Why? Any governor that does not take the payment of salaries very seriously can never be my favorite, can never be my governor. During the era of Ajimobi, the government was owing the state workers 2 years salary. In some cases, 1 year salary, 12 months. How can you sit in an office as a chief executive, a governor of a state, taking your own salaries, even those things that are not your rightful something you are taking, and you have not thought it right to pay your staff? So if you now place a year and Ajimabi side by side, and you want me to appraise them, I will go for Seyi Makinde.
Wow.
For the fact that he pays salary regularly. If you want to nail anybody in politics, you look for facts about him or her. I look for facts about Seyi Makinde, and people did not deny the fact that he has been paying salaries and pensions very regularly. But my brother, it doesn't end there. Any government that does not take education of our children very seriously cannot be rated to be doing well. The state of our education in Oyo State now is nothing to write home about. We know when we were in those days. We know where we are now. There are other things that I would not like to put down here, because Seyi Makinde in any form has not come against my governor. He has not spoken against my very personal self. What we are saying is that yes, he must have done very well in some areas, but there is room for improvement. Education is key. Education is what? Is key. If you are paying salaries, you are paying pensions, you will keep the hospitals, but you do not take care of the educational sector, all your achievement will be rubbish. So in Oyo State today, we have to look into that area. And by the time you listen to the incoming governor, Barrister Michael Lana, if you listen to his manifestos, if you listen to his plans, you will see that education, security, and economy take the front seat.
I've spoken with your presidential candidate, Prince
Adewale Adebayo.
I've spoken to him a couple of times now, and I see that he built out his campaign promises and all that, and you want to say, yes, he has something good on paper, but when it comes to governance in proper, it's always a very different ballgame. To you, has President Muhammad Buhari done well? Why is Prince Adewale coming to usurp, why is Prince Adewale coming to become the next president?
You mean if I say Buhari has done well? When did I mention that?
Has he done well? That's the question.
He has performed woefully bad. Are you talking of the president of Nigeria as of today?
President Muhammad Buhari.
Oh my God. I don't think Nigeria will ever pray to have another Buhari in this country. You have
Hasn't he done well for 8 years?
You have no.
He was president for 4 years.
We are talking about the economy of Nigeria.
Oh.
Abi, that is one of the principal parameters you use to judge the well-being of a country.
He has not done well economically. He has not done well in the area of health, in the area of education.
Has he done well in the area of economy? Has he done well? Has he done well in the area of security? Has he done well? Has he done well in the area of international relationship? Has he done well? Has he done well in the area of educational sector? Has he done well when our universities were closed, were shut down for close to 10 months? Are you not here? Why are you not there? The
has not done well.
University, nobody, no reasonable person, no reasonable citizen of Nigeria will pray that we have another Buhari at the helm of affairs in this country. But if care is not taken, if it's going like this, you are still like to have another Buhari. We need to vote wisely next year. Adewale Adebayo has manifestos. You told me you have listened to him on a couple of times.
I've interviewed him.
Except you want to be funny. You should know that man, Prince Adewale Adebayo of SDP, is the right candidate for the seat of the president of this country. He is agile, he is youthful, very, 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 very eloquent, exposed, and educated. He is a successful businessman. He knows this country inside out. He knows where we have issues, and he is ready to solve the problems.
Dear listener, Akinolaleri Akinrinde, the village boy, has said that President Muhammad Buhari has not done well.
He has not done anything. He has not done anything. Look at the situation of the Nigerian citizens now, including you and I. Including you and I. Go to the rural areas. See what people are passing through. If you hold 10,000 naira now, what can you buy in the market? Can Madam prepare a pot of soup with 10,000 naira in Nigeria of today? No. And this is a country,
Yes.
where we have enough to go around.
Let us come back to you. What is your mission to Abuja? What are those things you plan for your constituents? Lagelu, Akinyele, federal constituency. What are you going to do differently? Let's talk about your plans for your constituents.
Hi, Agbakin Akinride, that will be voted to represent the good people of Akinyele and Lagelu. My mission is to go and give quality representation towards alleviating poverty. I think you get what I'm saying now. I don't have money to give to anybody. I'm not saying we are not going to spend the cost of politics, because the past regimes had already monetized politics in Nigeria. We are going to spend. But I would rather find a way to empower you, to make you have your own money, rather than feeding you directly.
FM 94.9.
Crossover sí 2023 òróró títayọ lọ́lọ́run Sáàmù Olúwa ló máa dà lé ọ lórí.
Orílẹ̀ tí Jésù ti ṣe sí àmì àti ìyanu ojúkorojú yẹn. Adámímọ́gò Jesus City la máa gbàrí kọjá sí 2023. Nínú pàdé májàmú ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta àgbáyípo láti Friday 30 December di Sunday 1st January 2023. Bàbá Adámímọ́gò Prophet Sáàmù Olúwa Ọlọ́run ti sọ fún bàbá láti dá òróró ojú rere lé gbogbo èèyàn lórí. Anointing for excellence. Ọlọ́run sọ pé gbogbo ẹni máa farahàn. Òun máa bá wọn dá májàmú títayọ fún ìrìn àjò 2023 o. Ọ̀pọ̀ wòlíì májàmú Jésù máa lọ. Bísí aláwìyé àlùkò. Olúwa ló ní bísí. Àwọn ló máa léwájú olórin ẹ̀mí. Prophet Sáàmù Olúwa bàbá Adámímọ́gò. Wọ́n á máa dòróró títayọ lé gbogbo èèyàn lórí. Ayé wọn náà wọn kánsẹ́lì tó máa wà. Wákàtí nínú àdúrà máa jò. CSC Adámímọ́gò Jesus City. Ìbàjúlẹ̀ kí ẹ̀pẹ́ expressway. Ìlàmìjà village Aláró City la ó ti pàdé. Ìwọ ló máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rí eléyìí gbà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Hey, neighbor, I said let me come and check to see if all of you are fine.
Mama Didi, we're doing great. Thank you.
Your husband?
Oh, he's fine.
And you?
Mama Didi, plus my grandfather in the village were fine. What is it?
My dear, the aroma of this jollof rice has been knocking on my door since. I just had
come and eat job.
Producing the new Onga Jollof Seasoning Powder. It's the new jollof taste maker, made to give your jollof rice that rich jollof taste and aroma that's really hard to resist.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Steel and Construction Company. Àtìlọ́lá Steel and Construction Company. Iléeṣẹ́ ajórimọ́ni tó bá jẹ́ ká jórimọ́ni ká finú ṣẹ̀dá àwọn èlò tó péye tó dùn bójú wò. Àtìlọ́lá Steel and Construction Company. Lágbádé fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin sànmọ́rí, ẹ̀yin agbaṣẹ́ṣe àtẹ̀yẹ lára tó tà. Tẹ́ ẹ bá fi àga onírin tí kì í tẹ̀ wọ̀rọ̀kọ̀, ilẹ̀kùn onírin àti ojú fèrèsé típa olè òní ká, òrùlé onírin, yọ̀ọ̀rù tó dáa tó lálòpẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn oníṣẹ́ irin míì. Àtìlọ́lá Steel and Construction Company ló lè bá yín ṣe. Iṣẹ́ wọn dáa, ó tún dáa ju tòkè òkun lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló sì rọ́jú. Building contractor ni wọ́n. Ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run ni wọ́n fi ṣiṣẹ́ wọn. Àǹfààní wà fáwọn tó bá fẹ́ kọ́ nípa iṣẹ́ yìí. Wọ́n wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ rélùwẹ̀ láàrin 2 kìlómítà 110 àti ìyànàjà Alẹ́ṣinlọ́yẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ni 0805 701 3619 àti 0703 940 0431. Àtìlọ́lá Steel and Construction Company. Kò sí irú kan láwùjọ òkúta.
Miss Polly has a baby who was sick. She phoned to the doctor to be quick. The doctor came running with a Rexall drop, and he knocked on the door with a rat-a-tat.
Rexall paracetamol drop is good for the treatment of feverish conditions in babies. Rexall paracetamol drop has a fruity taste and it is mild on the child's digestive system.
Then the baby was happy and started to play.
Rexall paracetamol, also available as tablets and suppositories for adults and syrup for children. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. Rexall paracetamol, another quality product from Daily Need Industries.
Àgbákíọ́lá lèrè láòdì ìbò fún. Àgbákíọ́lá lèrè láòdì ìbò fún. Akínrìndé ọlá lèrè láòdì ìbò fún. Àgbákíọ́lá lèrè láòdì ìbò fún. Lágẹ̀lú Akínyẹlé Federal Constituency. Àgbákíọ́lá lèrè láòdì ìbò fún. Ẹgbẹ́ tí ò lábùkù, ẹgbẹ́ tí ò lábàwọ́n, ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́ṣin SDP ló ti jáde, ó ń ṣojú Lágẹ̀lú. Lágẹ̀lú Akínyẹlé Federal Constituency. Àgbákíọ́lá lèrè láòdì ìbò fún. Tiwantiwa ní ọmọ oko ní ají ọgbó ẹ̀gàn èjì òkú ni wọ́n ti bí kì í ṣàtọ̀rìn wa o. Àgbákíọ́lá lèrè láòdì ìbò fún. Fọ̀ngbàdì òṣìlẹ̀kùn kọ́kọ́rọ́ la òlò kọ́kọ́rọ́ Lágẹ̀lú. Lágẹ̀lú Akínyẹlé Federal Constituency ọwọ́ lálérè ló wà. Àgbákíọ́lá lèrè láòdì ìbò fún. Àgbákíọ́lá lèrè láòdì ìbò fún.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Safasa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Kavula mo
Let's talk about your plans for your constituents.
Hi, Agbakin Akinride, that will be voted to represent the good people of Akinyele and Lagelu. My mission is to go and give quality representation towards alleviating poverty. I think you get what I'm saying now. I don't have money to give to anybody. I'm not saying we are not going to spend the cost of politics because the past regimes had already monetized politics in Nigeria. We are going to spend. But I would rather find a way to empower you, to make you have your own money rather than feeding you directly. You understand? I want to eradicate people. I want to eradicate poverty. I want to make sure that Nigerians taste a new life again through legislation. My brother, if I don't know any other place in Nigeria, I know Akinyele and Lagelu very well. You understand? What we have in Yoruba land are groups of people. They call them elegbe clubs. Clubs to dance, to marry, and whatever. What are the gains of those groups? At the end of the year, they go for party, end of the year party, and they buy uniforms, Ankara. Have they been able to convert those people into money-making groups? This is why wherever I have visited so far, I told them these groups are going to be converted to cooperative bodies. When they get converted to cooperative bodies, we register them with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Once we have that, they choose the bank they will operate with. In Central Bank of Nigeria, no matter the way you look at it, Central Bank has plans for Nigerians. But it all depends on who is representing your constituency. We have more than 40 schemes in Central Bank meant to alleviate sufferings. If you're a craftsman and you belong to a registered body, like cooperative body, you can access loans from Central Bank through your banks. Assuming you take 1 million as a hairdresser, you can start selling petty things in your shop. You can start selling weavers, slippers, underwears, cream, and whatever. But you need to know people that will connect you to the source of fund. This is what we are saying. And this is what I'm going to do differently.
Your constituency is agrarian.
Of course, they are farmers.
Yes.
They are predominantly farmers.
Predominantly farmers.
But we still have artisans there. Even with farmers, we can still make something of our farmers. We have agri loans in Central Bank.
Okay.
We can convert that small-scale farming into industrial farming. You understand? We have a department in Central Bank that we call Development Finance Department, where farmers can come and access loan.
Do these monies get to the farmers?
It gets to the farmers. It gets to the farmers. And I know by the time you start getting to this area, this part of the country, the Yorubas, I trust we are going to make use of it diligently. There are some areas in other parts of the country, let me be precise, in the north.
Yes.
They are exposed to it already. But when they take it, what do they do with it? They go and marry more wives. To even recover the loan is always difficult.
Why don't these things get to the southwest?
Because they have not gotten the right representatives to connect them to the source. And that is why I am coming in to come and bridge that gap. I know the road. I know how to go about it. I will become part of the bodies. I become part of the cooperative bodies. Already I've joined 4 of them in the last 3 months. I put my children there. You work with these people. You work with these people. The 4 cooperative bodies, these 4 groups, I have already taken their names to the Central Bank head office in Abuja. They are working on their papers now. I want to use that one as a case study. You understand? What I want to do is to make sure that we empower our artisans, our farmers, these farmers we are talking about.
Yes.
We empower them. We make them grow. We will not give them on and go. We will not give them money and go to sleep. We monitor them.
There's a part
to make sure that you don't go to marry more wives when you collect Central Bank loan. Because
you don't go for
I don't want to end my political career in prison. Right? And I even know my people in Akinyele and Lagelu. When they take loans, they will be ready to pay back. And aside that, we are ready to monitor them. Money must go for the reasons you took the money for. If you are a farmer, we must see your farms. We will inspect it. We know how much they give you. We know how you will return it. We program it for you in such a way that it will not be so difficult for you to pay both the principal and the interest. If you take 1 million, you pay it back conveniently. You go for 2 million, you pay back. You can go for 4 million. This is how businesses grow. You understand? This is how businesses grow.
There's this sensitive part of your constituency that I would love us to touch a little bit. In Akinyele, that's where you have the army barracks.
Yes.
Where you have the command, the second mechanized division.
I was there like 2 days ago.
Yeah. They have a shooting range.
Yeah.
They always do this shooting practice. And many of the people living around there have been complaining of live bullets hitting their roof, even hitting some young people there that have died. What are you going to do if you become elected, or if you are elected as the honorable member? What would you do to see how these things can be minimized?
You don't need to be an adult before you know that having shooting practice or training in a residential area is injurious, is dangerous. Right?
Yes.
We cannot say relocate your barracks to somewhere else, but we can always give them another place to go and do their trainings. Yes, they must train, they must get prepared for external invasion.
Yes.
You understand? We want skilled armed forces. Therefore, they must be trained. They must have their regular trainings. But they can do it outside the cities. We have enough land to allocate to them. So I have seen, I've had several reports about stray bullets.
You had to?
I had it. I read about it. I heard of it. In the course of my movement around Akinyele,
did you meet any victim?
People have complained. I saw a woman that suffered the same fate.
Okay.
And we told them, look, when we get there, we will know what to do. We cannot say, Nigeria Army, don't practice. It is not possible.
Of course.
But they can have an alternative space to do their practice, to do their training.
The podium continues. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
There's this part of this interview that most politicians don't like listening to, and I'll use it to wrap it up on this edition of the Podium. What if you don't win? All these plans, all these programs that you have lined out, will you work with the income with anybody who wins?
My own politics is not do or die. In fact, I'm not planning, and I'm not even willing to die now. If I don't win now, I walk away and come back again later.
You walk away.
I will walk away.
You won't continue discussing with your constituents.
I will be the first to congratulate whoever wins.
Will you work with whoever wins?
Of course. If he extend his hands of friendship to me, I will embrace it. Because what I want is the development of Akinyele and Lagelu. We are not enemies now. It's not only politics. It's only these people that are playing bitter politics, looking for people to harm, looking for people to kill. I cannot kill. I can never pray that you die while we are fighting for positions. Why should I do that? If I don't win, you win. I bet it with you. I will be the first to congratulate you. I will attend your swearing ceremony. You understand? That is my plan. And if you extend your hands of friendship to me, please, Omoko, come. We need your ideas. Believe me, gladly I will come. My own politics is not a kind of do or die.
Okay.
But meanwhile, I am the owner of that seat.
Okay.
Don't let us forget that one.
Okay.
This is Agbake Olalere. My people called me to come and serve.
Yeah.
You understand? By the level of my exposure, education, knowledge, right? I would have walked out of the country after retirement, stay in UK, in America, with my children. But I've chosen to stay because my people wanted me to come and serve, and I have come. They that have invited me will not fail me. They will vote for me. They will vote for Agbake, Olalere, Omoko. They will vote for me. The good people of Akinyele and Lagelu will vote for me. I am the next representative of the Akinyele Lagelu Federal Constituency. I'll be sworn in in May 2023 by the special grace of God. Okay. Others can try, but they are not winners. I am the winner.
Okay, you've listened to him, you've heard him. So to call it a wrap on this edition of the Podium, I would ask you, you worked with Chief Adebayo Adelabu at the CBN.
Yes.
He was your friend. Is he still your friend?
He is still my brother, not only friend. He is my, politically, we have different camps now.
Okay.
No, I've told you, my own politics is not a kind of do or die affair. But I will not take it away from, away from him. That is a very intelligent, youthful, very, very agile banker. You understand? He has wealth of experience.
Okay.
But look, if I call you a brother or a friend, and I tend to bow down for you, to lie low for you, what I hate is for you to despise me. What I hate is for you to ignore me. What I hate is for you to relegate me. What I hate is for you to think I am nobody. I extended hands of friendship to him. He was my boss. Very good. He is very good. He was my boss. But as of today in politics, we are in different camps.
What if he calls you to work for him?
Not now.
Is it late?
It is late.
It is late.
We can only talk after May 2023.
What if the SDP enters a coalition with the Accord?
There's right out the possibility of coalition with anybody.
It's zero now.
It's zeroed. We're in the race to win. We are in the race to win. I'm sure my party will not even call me to a roundtable discussion that I should work with any party. How should I work with any party? Will my people in Akinyele and Lagelu even agree with me?
In politics, 24 hours is too long. Anything can happen in 24 hours.
My brother, I belong to the inner caucus of the SDP in Oyo State.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about. I was with my governor yesterday. We discussed this at length. Forget about the about merger, or what do you call it? Coalition. Forget about it. SDP will match with any party for where? For where? For where? It is not possible. It is late already.
It is late.
It is late already.
Thank you for speaking to 32 FM.
Thank you.
Dear listener, my guest has been the former deputy director in Central Bank, and he is a candidate of the SDP who wants to run for the House of Representatives, representing Akinyele Lagelu Federal Constituency. Agbakin Olaleri Akinrinde, the village boy. He says I should call him the village boy.
Village boy, Omoko.
Thank you for featuring on the podium this morning. Agbakin Olaleri Akinrinde, the village boy. All right, we'll go to the other segment of the podium. Until then, stay tuned. Don't go away.
One film don't reach action part. Now waiting you go to hear be that. Then the boss go come down. Actor go begin to smile. Nigeria day action time now. Because the principal actors don't land. If they walk out for street one day, you hear the sound make you know say. You come again, you come again. You come again, you come again. You come again, you come again. All of them are the same. You come again, you come again. You come again, you come again. You come again, you come again. See them come. Kaki comot agbada begin. God comot dictator regime. When they begin preaching sanity, God know wetin they put side the tea. We don't chop when shagari they rain, but now I no fit shagari again. I dey work my salary in a pain. Kind things they dabaru my brain. People tell me make I no complain. People say make I maintain. Next sometime I go campaign. Then I go dey stay for mountain. Cause when I be the president, Aso Rock will be my residence. When they do chop national cake, I say not the one with their mama pick. If anybody else want take, they go vex me to fucking break. You can only lick the ice cream. You got inflation rising. If you chop the cake, not Tuesday. You can say, put that carry and go crazy. They come again, they come again. They come again, they come again. They come again, they come again. But all of them are doing the same. They come again, they come again. They come again, they come again. They come again, they come again. See them come. Them talk say actor no they die. But MK Omod people they cry. Everybody lean like toothpick. Now for real, no be film trick. The last scene.
Welcome back to the podium. We're live in the studio now. It's 32 FM 94.9, the station where joy resides. I am CHIKE OGBOGU. You listen to Agbakin Olaleri Akinrinde there, a former deputy director at the Central Bank of Nigeria. He also wants to run for a seat in the Federal House of Representatives, representing Akinyele Lagelu in the House. I hope you listen to him. Okediran Babatunde on Facebook says the village boy is contesting because he's outside now. Will he not change the tactics when he's part of the legislators? What is the take home of the office he's contesting for? What is the average cost to spend to become a legislator in the country? Motayo Oluwarotimi Onobamiro says, what would the honorable intend to do the many hang-ons that follow our politicians around and to those that plead for their aid and help? These are some questions here. But we have to move on the podium this morning. Professor Remi Ayede, it's good to have you back in the studio this morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How was your trip at South Africa?
It was good.
Okay.
They are battling with their own challenges as well.
Yeah, they have their own problems.
Yeah,
too.
but it was a pleasant trip.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I hope you ate some amala in South Africa.
Amala in South Africa.
Or you didn't explore?
No, I went to Stellenbosch.
You went to Stellenbosch.
It's a highly white city. So
Barrister Yomi Ogunlola.
White town.
Prof did not eat amala in South Africa.
In fact, when I came in, I thought it was the
our younger friends, in the house.
Why?
He was looking young.
He was looking too yuppish.
Maybe
so he cannot convince me he didn't eat amala.
maybe you need to go with him the next time. You've been doing some exercise.
In fact,
you might not need the exercise. You look yuppie like
I'm telling you.
Barrister is very alive too. And you remember the last adventure he attempted? And you look up.
All right. Let's get to another segment of the podium. That was on a lighter note. On the podium this morning, we have two lovely gentlemen. They were here some 2 weeks ago. We had a brief chat for about 5 minutes on radio. But I promise to get them back on radio. Let's expand the chat now. They're members of Transform Niger, right? And I have Femi Emmanuel here and Adewale Padiola in the studios of 32 FM 94.9. Femi Emmanuel, it's good to have you in the studio once again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chike.
And Adewale Padiola, it's good to have you too in the studio this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chike.
The last time you came, you talked about a vehicle. And I want to ask, since there is fuel scarcity, does that vehicle have fuel now?
Fuel scarcity has been a serious challenge.
So it's a challenge to your vehicle?
It's a challenge which Peter Obi is trying to come and fix. Yeah, that's why we need a good driver that knows how to get fuel into those vehicles.
Transform Nigerian youth. You are rooting for the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Gregory Obi.
Yes.
Last time you came, you talked about him and you wanted to expand the reason why youths under the Transform Niger were supporting Peter Obi. And you said, first of all, he's a driver, that he is a driver, and you want to go with him on the bus. What if the engine is not too good? Will you still go on that bus?
When you're talking about the engine, are you referring to the country itself and the system?
The party itself.
The party itself.
Yes. The platform. The platform is in crisis right now. The National Publicity Secretary has been suspended. In Ogun State, there is crisis. Donyo Kupa is facing his own too in the party.
Wow.
Is the engine still good? Are the ball joints and the tie rods still good? Is the exhaust leaking?
All right. First thing first. Engines machines are always likely to get faulty at some point. Even for every machine you get, a car, a computer system, whatever you get is likely to have issues. It's just about you, the handler or the user of the machine, being proactive to know when to fix it and get things done. And as things stand right now, I think amidst all the parties that are existing, I think Labour Party stands as one of the parties with the least issues when it comes to the crisis they have within the party. I think they have the least issues. These are just issues that some people are trying to bring up to sabotage the movement. So it's not like we are talking about serious issues right now. We talk about Donyo Kupo, he has been, the accusations has been taken off, and he's still the DG of the party. Talk about the Ogun State, whatever. These issues are being addressed and they are being sorted out. So the engine of Labour Party is as intact as it should be.
Yeah. Barrister Yobi Ogunlola.
Yes, thank you very much. I have a couple of questions, for our guests. I have heard quite a number of views from the youths. They say the PDP is responsible for the woes of Nigeria for its 16-year rule. Do you agree with that?
Well, yeah.
They say APC is also responsible for the woes of Nigeria, at least for the 7+ years that it has been on the saddle. Do you also agree with that?
Absolutely.
Now, why do you think Obi is different when Obi was actually part and parcel of the PDP, and that when the PDP was misgoverning Nigeria, he never for once took the position of a counter or a counter position, never criticized them, never blamed them for what they were doing, but was a part and parcel of the entire mess that the PDP administration brought upon Nigeria. How come Obi suddenly becomes a messiah now?
All right. Well, first thing, I will start from the questions you first asked, sir, concerning APC and PDP being responsible for the woes that Nigeria has encountered for the past years. Now, when I say APC as a whole, we're responsible for everything that we encountered as a nation, I mean the system, the group of people that brought themselves together to form the party and govern us as a nation, from the president to his ministers, to his governors, to all his appointments. These were the people responsible for the woes we faced as a nation. The same thing goes to APC. The president, the ministers, and everybody he appointed and he chose and were elected under that party. What were the things they did? What were their achievements when they were leading their people? Now, we go to Peter Obi. Peter Obi governed Anambra State for 8 years. Like I always say, for someone to have achieved the things he achieved within those 8 years, not forgetting the fact that he was impeached twice, for someone to have achieved all the things he achieved, credits to him. And that's not to say, okay, yeah, it was part of PDP, yeah, but then what were his achievements when he was given the chance to lead? Peter Obi was not a minister when he left office. The moment he left office, he went back to whatever he was doing. Yes, he was appointed as I think a special advisor to Goodluck Jonathan at some point, but then he was the governor, and we should judge him as per the electoral power that was given unto him. What did he do when he got that power? When he was the leader of Anambra State, what were the achievements he did? If you want me to list that, sir, I can go ahead and.
Okay, so what you are saying in essence is, Obi was never a part of the government, and so his contribution to the failure
was minimal.
Was very, very minimal.
Absolutely,
does that not also go for Tinubu?
Well, sir, Tinubu brought Buhari. Tinubu was a special advocate for the leadership of Buhari.
Did Tinubu single-handedly bring Buhari,
or
no, did Nigerians vote for Buhari?
Absolutely, Nigerians vote.
So Nigerians brought Buhari.
Absolutely, we were. I wouldn't want to say coerced, because when I say coerced, forced, because Buhari was the only option we had during the time of Jonathan, because it was sold to us on the platform of integrity, We had the likes of a leader like Tinubu come up and say, "Oh, vote for him. He will do this. He will do that. He will do this." A respected leader. We shouldn't neglect that. A respected leader in Southwest, as at the political stage of Southwest, Tinubu is one of the respected leaders.
Well,
so,
but Obi campaigned for Atiku too. It was just unfortunate Atiku did not win.
Absolutely, he campaigned. Okay, you would like to answer? All right.
Yeah, sorry, let me come in at this point, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. And if you look at the trajectory of Peter Obi, during his 8 years, he was a governor under in Anambra under APGA, and it was toward his end of his tenure. I think it was 2014 or thereabouts that Goodluck Jonathan actually appointed to be part of his advisory council, special advisor to, I think, on economic matters or thereabouts. And that was the only period that he actually, and because of his performance, that was why a sitting president will see an opposition to invite to his cabinet and say, okay, I think you have something that others don't have. Come and give us your expertise. And if you look at some of these things during the governor, what was it called now? When Konjo Iweala was advising that we should try to save money. It was only Peter Obi that was with Konjo Iweala then. The likes of Babajide Fashola, Raji Fashola, Oshiomhole, and all those governors, everyone was against savings. Then it was only Peter Obi that was with her at that point in time, and it was written black and white in Okonjo-Iweala's book that it was only Obi, but he is a lone voice then. So this guy, this man Peter Obi has been coming a long way before now, and he has this thing, he has this quality. So I can't really say Peter Obi is part of yes, of those that actually destroy this country without, because when there are a lot of shenanigans and when people, when there are a lot of people against you, there is nothing you can do during that period. There is nothing you can do at that point in time.
The justification you have given to Peter Obi,
yes, sir,
is equally applicable, from all you have said to Tinubu, because he also could only advise. He couldn't do much. He was not a minister. He did not hold any portfolio. He did not, and stuff like that.
All right, sir.
Well, that's one, so that you take the two together.
All right.
Then the other question I want to ask is, what exactly do the youths think Obi can do differently to impact their lives?
All right, you answer that question, but after this break.
All right.
Dear listener, stay tuned. Don't go away.
FM 94.9.
Wow! Knowing you're running on is one thing, going for it is another. That is why you're enjoined not to settle for less when you can actually win big and flex as you like on VetsWGB.com. Oh yes, VetsWGB.com is a win-win platform that puts smile on your face whenever you bet on it. Repackaged and renewed for unlimited market options, highest odds, unmatched accumulated bonus, beautiful event selection, unbeatable in-play cash out, simplified access, fantastic user interface with an array of products like sports bets, slot, virtual soccer, roulette, lucky balls, and lots more, alongside mouth-watering bonuses. See what I mean? VetsWGB.com is still the wise choice.
Shay, you wanna feel that boost? Allow me to introduce Amber energy drink. No more shutting down, we're going up. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber now for energy. Go around, tell somebody. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber now for energy. Go around, tell somebody. Say, what are you waiting for? Yeah, now you can do more because Amber energy drink there for you. Amber energy drink there for you. No need to go too far, you can find it where you are because Amber energy drink there for you. Amber energy drink there for you. Yeah, yeah, Amber there for you. Yeah, yeah, Amber there for you.
Amber energy drink. Stimulate the energy in you.
Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì nínú ètò ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ìlà oòrùn gúúsù títí dé àríwá ìwọ̀ oòrùn láti pèsè oúnjẹ aṣaralóore, ire ọ̀gbìn, ìpèsè iṣẹ́ lọ́pọ̀ yanturu. Ṣùgbọ́n ìfàsẹ́yìn tó ń kojú iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ń kọ́, kí làwọn àdójúkọ tó ń kojú ìdàgbàsókè iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀, kí lọ́nà àbáyọ àti àǹfààní tó sodo sídi iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀. Ìpàdé dorí ètò àgbẹ̀ lọ́ba, ètò tuntun tó gbájúmọ́ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lórí ìkànnì 32 FM 94.9 ní gbogbo ọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta sátidé bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti aago 6 ìrọ̀lẹ́ sí 7 àṣálẹ́. Àgbẹ̀lọ́ba yóò fi àǹfààní lélẹ̀ láti jíròrò lórí ìwúlò àfojúsùn okòwò tó sodo sídi iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ àti àǹfààní bí àgbẹ̀ ṣe lè rí owó yá fún ìtẹ̀síwájú iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ tí kò gbọdọ̀ parun. Ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ Peter Ọlásùpọ̀ Captain P2 àtàwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ onímọ̀ nípa iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lórí ètò Àgbẹ̀lọ́ba. Ìpàdé dọjọ́ sátidé àbámẹ́ta láago 6 sí 7 àṣálẹ́. Àgbẹ̀lọ́ba ọba làgbẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run tèmi tọ́pẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù. Ìwọ nìkan ló lè ṣe o. Fàánú yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ mi.
òwúrọ̀ àánú òwúrọ̀ àánú òwúrọ̀ àánú ìmísí ọlọ́run nínú ayé ìránṣẹ́ rẹ̀ Prophet Tèmítọ́pẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù ó ní ètò tuntun tí ó máa kalẹ̀ sí 32 FM 94.9 ní déédéé aago 4:00 òwúrọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ ó yá ẹ yí rédíò yín sí 32 FM 94.9 kẹgbà agbára ẹ̀mí mímọ́ látẹnu ìránṣẹ́ rẹ̀ Prophet Tèmítọ́pẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù ti ìjọ New Image International tó wà ní jẹ́jẹ́ àrọ́kọ́tọ̀ opposite Ablat Pure Water Apẹtẹ Ìbàdàn òwúrọ̀ àánú 32 FM 94.9 aago 4:00 òwúrọ̀ sáago 5 ni o gbọ́ kó o sì gba ìyípadà sí rere lọ́dọ̀ Jésù.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9. When the people became silent,
The government became oppressive. It's time to lend your voice to politics.
On 32 FM 94.9.
Safasa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Kavula mo Alichaleniko Kelize.
Welcome back. Still the podium. We have the group Transform Nigeria here. They are young guys who feel Nigeria can get better, but they are rooting for Peter Obi to fix the vehicle of the Nigerian state. Barrister Yomi Okulola, you asked a question before we went on that break. And Femi Emmanuel,
yes,
you want to respond to Barrister's question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Quickly, because Prof is itching to asking you 1 or 2 questions.
All right. So the first question Barrister asked was the fact that the narrative we created for Peter Obi also nullifies whatever people are saying about, or whatever we might want to say about Tinubu too, right? And what I'm saying is, well, that is not my or our own point of view. What we are so concerned on is the fact that what have these guys done? What is their antecedents? What are they, can we trust them enough to give them the lives of 200 million Nigerians to govern? Can we trust them? What were their achievements when they governed their people? Tinubu was the governor of Lagos for 8 years, and Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra for 8 years. Let's compare and contrast their achievements. What are the visible things they did?
Let me interject,
right,
with
sir.
due respect. Right, today, Tinubu stays in the Lagos that he ruled for 8 years.
Absolutely.
And Peter Obi stays in Lagos, outside of Anambra, that he ruled for 8 years.
Well, sir, that's debatable. Peter Obi stays in Onitsha.
Are you serious?
Yes, he stays in Onitsha.
One thing about Peter Obi, like you usually say, Peter Obi is a trader. You can't expect him to stay in a place. He stays in Onitsha, he stays in Lagos, he stays in a part.
He's majorly in Lagos.
Yeah, the thing is, where you have your businesses, like the former.
So that means he did not develop Anambra.
No, he did. He actually did. No.
Well, I am giving you the argument of the APC people.
No, that's the argument. That's the argument.
Prof,
but things that we know.
I was wondering
Prof,
if
wherever he stays is done. It shouldn't be.
No, I was even thinking whether Barrister has made Anambra the commercial capital of Nigeria.
No,
you should ask.
It is just for the need to balance the views. I know that majority of the APC listeners out there would have wanted to ask that question.
That same question.
And that's why I asked.
Which is okay.
You're thinking like them, right?
You want to think like them. And I'm also thinking like them because I'm wondering how much they are being paid to move around for Obi.
The thing is, like we youth, if we don't participate, we have neglected this issue for long. Politics, we have neglected it for long, and we have seen how PDP have done theirs, APC have done theirs. Youths are not involved. Now that the youths are involved, you see how shaky they are. We need to take back. We need to be responsible for everything that happens.
Is P2B then a youth?
Yeah, at least represent. No, the thing is, if you bring all these candidates, what are their achievements? He has better hedge than all these people.
You need to answer my question.
Yes,
who is bankrolling you?
Who is bankrolling you?
Most of these things we are doing
because the person you are following is saying he doesn't spend shishi. Who then is bankrolling you?
We have been doing all these things by ourselves.
Where is your shishi coming from?
I worked. My guy, my coordinator here, he works. He's a mediapreneur. Like my very self, I'm into media. I'm into computer. I use my personal money to finance most of these things that we do. We erected the first billboard in Oyo State. We've gone today. We are on the street today. We are fueling the vehicles, everything that we are using. We contribute within ourselves.
Does Obi know about all this?
Well, he may know, he may not know. He doesn't need to know.
Are you card carry members of the Labour Party?
No, we are not. We are not for party this time around. We are individual. We are after individuals to make sure we get this thing right.
Before we went on that break,
Yes,
Barrister asked a simple question.
Okay.
What is Peter Obi coming to do differently that makes the youths like you
make all of this sacrifice? Yes.
All right. Like I said, it's based on antecedents, and it's based on the fact that he has done it before. You know, when you are considering giving a job to someone, like I said, I talked about CV and I talked about the things you have done. It is how the level of can this person implement the things he is saying? Can he execute the things he is saying? If Peter Obi is promising us a good education, I can't recollect by the records that we have in Anambra State that this guy moved Anambra from number 26 to number 1 for 3 years. So if he's saying he wants to come and invest in education, he knows what he's saying. If he's saying he's going to prioritize the education of children in Nigeria, he knows what he's saying. This is a man that got over 700 buses for all the schools in Anambra State, got 5 kV generators for schools.
Is that not the human rights of is that not the rights of these people?
I'm saying
why must you celebrate?
No,
why must you
we are not
celebrate?
celebrating. No, I'm not celebrating. Don't get me wrong, sir.
Okay.
I'm not celebrating. I'm saying he's doing his job. It's just like you coming to office and putting on the system and attending to the viewers or the listeners that you are doing your job. Now imagine the boss of this company walks into this place and you are nowhere to be found, or you are not doing your job. So, that is not celebration. That is you doing what you should do at the right time. So he spent 8 years doing all these things. Someone moving over 140 schools back to the missionaries and ensuring that schools were properly funded and monitored. This is good execution by any leader. Good execution. So if he's saying he's coming to fix education, he knows what he's saying. If he says he's coming to fix security, he knows what he's saying.
So your support for Obi is based on your personal convictions.
Absolutely.
That he is fit and proper for the job.
Yes, sir.
What about his plans? What is it about his plan that you are so excited about? That you now believe that if he does it, that's going to work? What are those things?
I think he said he released his manifesto.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, I've seen it. I want them to, because they've been following him even before he released the manifesto. So
really funny,
I've seen the manifesto. I've read it page by page. I can tell you what is there.
Absolutely.
But what is it that is so exciting about his
Absolutely.
manifesto?
I would like to touch a view. I would like for us to touch a view. A few rather. For us, we started this movement since May. We started this movement since May in Ibadan here. In fact, we are the first support group in Oyo State to publicly declare our support for Peter Obi. So we really know what we are doing. And since May, we've been spending our money, spending our finance, spending our resources, and our energy and our time. So we are not jokers. I would like to first establish that.
Okay.
Now, Peter Obi started his movement on the basis of a lot of promises. First talked about consumption to production.
Okay.
He talked about securing the nation and uniting the nation. Talked about upholding justice and making sure that people get the right justice at the right time. He also talked about making sure that we all have a sense of belonging. Every part of Nigeria has a sense of belonging. And he also talked about moving us to the next gen of technology. Now, and also talked about investing massively in the northern parts of the country, making sure he maximizes the potential of agriculture in that area. So these are the things that are encouraging. These are the things that we know he can do. Talking about security, like this guy comes up with his plan and makes it look so simple to you. Okay, he was asked about security and he's telling you, see, it is very simple. If you want us to share a border together, I need to make you, I need to let you feel that you also have a share in this thing. And that's the truth. But that's not what we have in Nigeria right now. Igbo feels marginalized. At some point, Southwest are feeling they want Yoruba nation. At some point, Hausa are clamoring for Arewa. So at some point, there is always this conversation of I want to be on my own. So how do we secure the border? How do we secure the nation? So everybody needs to have a sense of belonging. We all need to feel like I have a share, like I'm a stakeholder of this nation. That is about securing Nigeria. He's also talking about reducing poverty to the barest minimum to ensure that people do not even have interest. Even when you give them gun, they won't be interested in carrying gun. And that's the truth. Only tí àwọn àgbà sorry ẹ̀yin àgbà ẹ̀yin dájú wa sà only tíṣẹ́ bá tán nínú tíṣẹ́ tẹ́bi bá kúrò nínú ìṣẹ́ mi ò sorry ìṣẹ́ bùṣe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀. So this is about poverty. Poverty is a big influencer of most of the insecurity issues we are having in this nation, because these people do not have education. They don't even know where their next meal is coming from, and you don't expect, and you are offering them a gun with a certain amount of money. They are going to take it. So this guy comes up with his plan, and his simplified plans at that, not just bogus plans and bogus manifestos. These plans are very simple. They are broken down. We have talked about education, how he's going to implement education and make sure that things are working very well. So we know what we are supporting. We know who we are supporting. He has done it before, and we are saying to people that he can do it again.
Femi Emmanuel, these things you're saying are very very interesting postulations and all the things you people have been doing so far. However, the woman that sells pepper in Ido, the woman that sells vegetable at Ilaju, the woman that sells oranges at Isioye, Ijaye area, do they know about these things?
Great. Like I said,
how do you simplify it to them?
How do you simplify the message to them?
Because everything they know, whatever when you go on the streets, they know a particular name.
Now this is how we've addressed this issue. Now we have quite a number of voters block. We have the youth, we have the elite, we have the hold, we have different categories of voters, and you need to go with the messages that resonate with their ideas, right? So now for our parents who are still undecided, still looking at who should we vote for, what we are telling them is Ojo Olawa Lokan. Ejo. This is a matter of our future. The nation is sinking. All we are asking you to do is just save us. Give us a chance. For elites outside, we are telling them, take back your country. This is your nation. You want to work here, you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, you want justice to be upheld, you want the right things to be done. You want a sane environment. This is the chance for you to make sure that you are not governed by a criminal, that you are not governed by somebody who does not uphold law and justice. For youth, this is your country. If you like Japa, if you like don't Japa, this is your country. You are coming back here. Professor just came back from South Africa. He feels back at home. There's no place like home. So this is our country. This is our land. We need to save this country. We just need to save this country. I think Mr. Wale would like to add something.
Yeah. In addition to what my big brother Mr. CHIKE just said now, part of things that we have been doing is like today now we are on the street of Ibadan. As it today, few months ago, I think last month we were at OGBOGU. That was saying yes. We went there to make this thing known to our people in the rural areas, and we are still going to do more. We have drawn out all our calendars for this year, even including January. We'll be moving from place to place, from rural areas to rural areas, especially at Transform Niger. That is one of the things that we have been doing. We have come up, even
we visited churches.
Exactly, we have been to different places just to make sure that we propagate the good news of Peter Obi today, and to make them know that this guy has done it before and is going to do it. So there are a lot of things that we have packaged.
Those places, those rural areas that you went,
yes, sir.
Can you share your experience with us? Were people asking for stomach infrastructure?
Or they were asking who is Peter Obi?
Or they were asking who is Peter Obi?
Funny enough, right?
What were your challenges when you went to these rural areas?
Yeah.
What were those red lines?
To be honest, right? People are surprised seeing youth get involved, right? This is not the kind of people they see. This is not the kind of people they see regularly when they are being approved. When this kind of time is coming. So when they see us and they're like, "Hey, Legba," because they are surprised. Like, you guys are just, and I will keep telling them, "Hey, mommy, daddy, I can't believe we Ojo Olawani. Ejo, to la fi wa ba yin ka wa beyin." I remember I was at Ojo when we had our big brother at Ojo. I was prostrating to the touts there, telling them, "Ejo, am I billboard here?" I was prostrating.
Is the billboard still there intact?
It's not there again. it was actually destroyed. It was destroyed.
Hmm.
You know, and we did this with our money. In fact, the day I noticed it was I was going to Ogbomoso to erect another billboard at Ogbomoso, and I saw the billboard that it had been destroyed.
Now, don't you see that as a sign that you probably have not solidified your base, you know?
Sir, I think
because for instance, you know, they will tell you that if there is rigging, it is a popular party that will rig.
Sir, do you know what we are banking
on? Succeed more in rigging.
Do you know what we are banking on? Sir, do you know what we are banking on?
Okay.
What we are banking on is the massive involvement of youth in the upcoming election. Okay. Nigeria has over 90. As of today, INEC has released that Nigeria has over 95 million registered voters that will be participating in the upcoming election. Now, in previous elections, for the past elections, we only have about 25% or 30% of registered voters participate in the election. Elites most likely do not vote. Youth do not participate. You know, and we have a lot of undecided voters too. Now, these are the people we are banking on. These are the people we are focusing our messages on. Billboards can be destroyed, but the hearts cannot be destroyed. We are focused on penetrating people's hearts, people's thoughts, their sanity. We are looking to penetrate this part of them that please, we need you to participate and take back our country from leaders who want to destroy us.
Okay, Femi Emmanuel and Adewale Badiola, they're talking about the Transform Nigeria agenda and they are rooting for Peter Obi. Let me take you back before we call it a wrap here. You said your billboard was destroyed somewhere around Ojo, right?
Yes.
And you felt heartbroken. And then you didn't cry?
I actually did.
You did, right?
I did.
Yeah, it
and
was
you didn't
very
find out
painful.
who did that?
No.
Or you just allowed it go?
No, you just have to allow it go because
Absolutely.
you can't really fight these people.
Yeah.
And
Who
we are
are
not
the
meant
people
to.
you are saying you can't fight?
No, the thing is,
because
you know,
since you don't know who did it,
yeah.
So there's no need to fight anyone.
Yeah.
And you didn't even bother to even find out who did it.
No, we didn't. We are not because if you look at the message of Mr. Peter Obi itself, he's not a violent person. And if you observe most of his campaign, he has never attacked any of the opposition like how they have been attacking him. He has never for once attacked anyone. That is a high level someone that you know that you can actually relate to.
And he's already influencing us.
Yes. And that is how we too have been performing. That is how we have been doing. And we have been trying to be civil.
I have a serious concern.
Okay.
You know, on social media,
Yeah.
anytime Peter Obi comes out to talk,
Yeah.
there's this issue on social media where most of his statistics are not verifiable. They're not.
No.
Sometimes
I
you know,
know,
on social media. Listen. When you go on Twitter, the last presidential town hall debate,
yes,
many of his postulations were marked incorrect.
No, I disagree.
No.
Okay.
I disagree.
Yeah.
If you look at
we can put it out now.
Yes, if you look at most of his statistics,
yeah.
Africa checked it. I followed it on social media too, on Twitter. Everything that he calculate, everything that he said, all the statistics he pulled out were correct.
I have seen one that was not correct.
It is only one. That one. Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir.
It was corrected yesterday.
Yes, they correct themselves. They were the one African.
No, I listened to him.
Okay.
And he gave out, you know, these calculations. He was doing some calculations, maybe conversion of dollars to naira and some things like that. And you know, he was so emphatic, you know, but it proved to be wrong. I've seen a couple of that.
Okay.
You know, even in his speeches.
Okay. All right, sir. We are human, right? And even at the point of studying, when you are writing exams, there are times you calculate and you miscalculate. That is why out of 100 you are allowed to score 95 and you are still passing. That's why even 70 you are still passing. You know. That doesn't mean you are not. No, sir. No, ó yàtọ̀. Ó yàtọ̀. Ọ̀tọ̀ ní kí yàn máa goofy. Ọ̀tọ̀ ní kí yàn máa kọ́ tó sọ.
No, if you are giving an excuse for Peter Obi on a lighter note, nobody is perfect.
Absolutely.
And you don't have anything cast in stones.
Absolutely.
So if Peter Obi is making mistakes, also accept the mistakes of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed.
Sir, we want to focus on the issues. we want to focus on the issues. Like I said, we are so concerned on what he has done and what he can do. How can he execute these things? Okay, let's
Bola Tinubu not done well. He was the former governor of Lagos State.
That is why
he calls himself the father of modern day Lagos.
See, where you say the gas?
Has he not done well?
Sorry, sir.
You know when you keep relegating this man.
No. Let's consider some
I'm not
things.
happy.
You know what I just have out of all of this.
Yes.
Politicians are a completely different breed. Because if we have APC people here, they will tell you, they will give you the spiritual meaning of blue, blah, 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 blah.
I was about coming to that, sir. I was about coming because the thing is this. You know, if you look at the gaps and if you look at the statistics that we are talking about statistics here. We are talking about gaps of Tinubu. You know, nobody can actually make sense of blue, blah, blah, blah.
They will give they'll give you the spiritual meaning.
They are very funny.
Yes, you know.
Like you are trying now,
Professor.
Like you are trying now.
Just thinking that sometimes you can be filled with the spirit and you speak in tongues.
The spirit can talk.
Like a poison,
even wicked spoke in tongues.
Professor Remi Ayede, is this not what you call political jargons in political economics?
No, it's even more than that.
That's when you take a political
when you are in a political trance.
Political trance.
Yes, that's political
and then
trance.
you see
and then start vibrating. Absolutely.
If you look at these things, if you look at these statistics that Peter Obi, that usually gives out, let's be candid and let's be serious. If you look at those statistics, this guy has his own place of pulling his own statistics. There are a lot of these things all over the world that you can refer to, and where they usually look at using their own. At times they will say MBS. At times they will say CBN and all those.
Depending on the source.
Yes. Depending on the source. And if you look at some of the things that Mr. Peter B usually quotes, as in the statistics that he usually put, most times you usually use approximately or at times this and.
Just to be on the safe side.
Yes, but you notice that this guy knows what he's doing, and for someone to be putting calculations on his mind in his not even most youths cannot do that.
Is he your mentor?
He's a mentor to me.
He's also a mentor to you.
Yes, he's a mentor to me. And
so you see Peter Obi being the father of new Nigeria.
He has even united Nigeria. Yes. Look at what is happening on social media. Have you ever seen it that youth will be coming together from the north, from the south, from the east, from everywhere coming together to say, let's get this thing done?
We have to end this segment of the podium.
Sorry, sir. I would also like to add something, right?
Your final thoughts.
Yeah,
10 seconds.
Absolutely.
10 seconds.
It's just a request, actually.
Okay.
You mentioned about APC might come here and make sense of Bala Blue or anything. I would really appreciate if 32 FM could organize a debate for supporters of the presidential candidates. Let's come, let's talk. It's not going to be abusive. It's going to be issue-based.
We'll work it out.
Absolutely.
We'll work it out.
That, sir.
Thank you for featuring on the podium, Femi Emmanuel and Adiwale Kwadiola.
Thank you so much, sir.
And we wish you the best in your endeavor.
Thank you, sir.
And hope you save some money so that you have something to fall back to after the
election. Mr. Chike, if you don't invest in something, you can never expect anything to come out from it. It's a sacrifice that we are making, and it's for our better tomorrow.
We'll go on this break, and when we come back, the final lap of the podium. Stay tuned, don't go away.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Winchester Homes tún gbẹdẹ o. Ọdún yìí ò tí ì lọ. Ìwọ náà sì lè jẹ àǹfààní end of the year Christmas promo tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ láti di onílẹ̀ ní Winchester Àṣeyọrí Estate Ìjàyè Mọ́níyà Ìbàdàn 45 acres of land ló wà fún títà 1.5 million naira. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni pẹ̀lú 1.5 million naira péré ìwọ náà ra plọ̀tì kan kò tán síbẹ̀ o. Àǹfààní àsansílẹ̀ wà pẹ̀lú 500,000 naira deposit. Ilẹ̀ yóò di tiẹ̀. Winchester Àṣeyọrí Estate Ìjàyè Mọ́níyà Ìbàdàn 10-minute drive sí Mọ́níyà train station 22 kilometers sí ọjọ́. Má gbàgbé o pẹ̀lú 1.5 million naira tàbí 500,000 naira deposit. Ìwọ náà jẹ àǹfààní yìí. Ó yá gbéra. Tara ṣàṣàkó jẹ àǹfààní ìparí ọdún. Tí Winchester Homes gbé kalẹ̀ fún gbogbo ènìyàn. Ẹ kàn sí wọn ní Adégòkè bus stop. Oríta Challenge Ìbàdàn. Ẹ pè wọ́n sórí 0703-020-8080 tàbí 0813-277-3727.
Miss Polly has a baby who was sick, sick, sick. She phoned to the doctor to be quick, quick, quick. The doctor came running with a Rexall drop, and he knocked on the door with a rat-a-tat-tat.
Rexall paracetamol drop is good for the treatment of feverish conditions in babies. Rexall paracetamol drop has a fruity taste and it is mild on the child's digestive system.
Then the baby was happy and started to play.
Rexall paracetamol, also available as tablets and suppositories for adults and syrup for children. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. Rexall paracetamol, another quality product from Daily Need Industries.
Are you ready?
When we look at the horizon, we see our followers. And as we keep looking, we are inspired to keep moving. To you all, we say thank you. For our followers on Facebook, you are the best. To those on Twitter and Instagram, we love you. And to our YouTube subscribers, we throw you salute. For those who are yet to join us on the flight, we know you are waiting. So catch us live on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at 32FM 949 Ibadan. And to subscribe to our YouTube channel, it is at 32FM 949 Ibadan. You are the real heroes. Once again, we say thank you.
32 FM 94.9.
Dear fellow citizens, politicians and political parties have started campaigns. Shouldn't we campaign too? Yes, I mean you, the citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We deserve better. Don't you think so? I don't need to remind you of the harsh economic conditions we live in. We need to campaign to our brothers, our sisters, neighbors, and for a token, you can even campaign on 32 FM, either as an individual or a business. Government can only be oppressive as long as citizens are quiet. Lend your voice. Sponsor a message for a token on radio. Call Aramide on 0704 426 3290. 0704 426 3290. For more details, let's occupy the office of the citizen.
Hi, yours very sincerely, Dean of the Old School here. Join me on Saturday evenings from 9 up until 10 o'clock on Classics, evergreen musical razzmatazz, bringing back goosebumps and magic moments of year gone by. You can look forward to Parade of Jazz, Classic Soul, Disco, Funk, Reggae, High Life, and a whole lot more. Classics from 3 decades ensures keeping oldies and music legends in your memory. The password game gives you an opportunity to win something good simply for tuning in. Music Celebrity Birthday rounds off the program on weekly basis. Join Sanjay on Classics Saturday evenings from 9 up until 10 o'clock. Right here, 32 FM 94.9 radio station. Together, let's reminisce.
32 FM 94.9. Just because you do not take an interest in politics doesn't mean politics won't take an interest in you.
The funds spent were properly spent because we got them from intervention funds.
Only you waka come. There is God.
I don't know which party my wife belongs to, but she belongs to my kitchen and my living room and the other room.
Stay in tune with politics on 32 FM 94.9.
Safa sapeli sizwe simnyama Iwasafa Isizwe saba Kavula mo Anichaleni ko Kelize Wemaye wemodo Safa sapeli sizwe.
All right, welcome back to the last lap and final lap of the podium this morning. The senators or House of Representatives have hit it, especially. Okay, let's look at the Adamawa State Governor Ahmed Fintiri during the week. He has accused the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele of targeting the political class with the cash withdrawal limit policy. He said and I quote him, Emefiele, having lost out in his bid to join the political class, has chosen to hunt politicians. Is it now the bushmeat hunting the hunter, or the hunter hunting for the bushmeat? Which one?
Is Emefiele not part of the political class? Didn't he also contest the?
Yeah, that's what
and
he's.
withdraw at the last minute
Yeah.
from the primary.
So Fintiri, the governor of Anambra State,
Yes.
is saying because he lost his bid in joining.
By losing the primary does not remove him from being a politician. In fact, it's a major issue for Nigeria that he's not focusing on the primary assignment that he has, and then he now delved into politics. And he could not have done that without reaching some kind of compromise with other members of the political class. So the irresponsibility that he's talking about is not just about Emefiele, it's about the entire political class. What we should look at is what are actually the justifications, for this kind of policy, and what are the implications and consequences, for Nigerians' life and then for the economy. Because you can't you need to look at the pros and cons of the policy that they have put out. You understand? If you say people cannot withdraw a certain amount of money within a week, within a day, what implication does it have for the ordinary market woman who is doing most of his business in cash? That's what of primary concern to me. But the very idea of regulating the cash flow within the economy, which is one of the major policies, is also, in fact, to ensure that the politicians don't move too much cash around, and then the government is able to control or regulate cash flow within the economy. My concern is for the average citizen who is still involved in cash activities, and whether that ceiling it sufficiently takes care of their transaction. If it does, what is it about moving bullion van around that should bother us?
Barrister, your
yes, thank you very much. You see, when I listen to people like Finti, what do you call himself?
Fintiri.
When I listen to people like him, I just laugh. Yes, I was not in support of Emefiele delving into politics, but at least he showed, to Nigerians that he has an alternate address. So if politics is not going to work, he goes back to his job. And so why should any man blame him for doing his job? What is the essence of the policy that he has brought up? Mopping up excess liquidity to control inflation, more effective control over monetary policy, paving the way for the actualization of cashless policy, more effective control on the activities of banks. And who will fault that?
Well, we have to leave the program now. We have to go. But before I go, I have this. How could you be alive and have no story to tell? Fyodor Dostoevsky just quoted that. I know a well-written story must have a beginning, middle, and an end. And going by Dostoevsky, each person has a story to tell. How detailed each person's story will be is left to each narrator. Well, someday, I, Chike, will write an ode to the brown roof city of Ibadan. I have many stories to tell of the many paths my dreams have taken me through. Paths around this ancient city. Paths Ogumola might have walked. Paths Oliole might have walked. Paths that I, Chike OGBOGU, have walked. Since October 2017, I've worked as a station editor and head of news at 32 FM 94.9. The station where joy resides. And this journey has brought me diverse experiences, growth, and of course, joy. You may want to ask, what more do you want, Chike? I'll answer you in just one word, growth. What next, Chike? You may ask. Growth is still my response to you. Thank you, Tunji Abioye, the coach. Your leadership style is indescribable. My indefatigable general manager, Samuel Akiton, May the grand architect of the universe continue to expand your wisdom. The brand curator and head of programs, Olufemi Tayo Ogunade, I appreciate every second working with you. I've enjoyed working with Bemisola Falona, Mori Yanolu Akinola, Lucky Ikechukwu Thomas, Kayode Obishesan, Oyeniyesan, Kemi Alade Meyin, Olarewaju Ogundele, and Peter Olashupo, Captain P2. Kudos to you all. To all my colleagues in the Humor Hall, 32 FM, we'll meet at the top, for the bottom is already crowded. Barrister Yomi Ogunlola and Professor Remi Ayede, you have been awesome on the program, the Podium. Thank you for being there on the Podium, you dear listener. Time and seasons flock, and our quest to stay above the cloud makes life a journey of endless ends. At this stage, life beckons. I, Chike OGBOGU, will take a bow now. Kindly watch my social media space for my next move. Follow me on social media. On Twitter and on Instagram is at @followchike, @followchike. Prof. Barrister, thank you for always being there on the Podium this morning. I think it's time to call it a wrap on the Podium this week.
I was wondering where you were going, because when you were mentioning the Pobroski or what is his name, you were almost sounding like blue, blah, blah, blue. Well, it's been joyful, having you on the program. And I do hope that even from here, the legacies you have left for the Podium will keep it alive.
Thank you. Thank you. Prof, we have to go.
Yeah, I thank you for your friendship and I wish you the best.
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend, dear listener, and bye for now.
32 FM 94.9.
32 FM 94.9. Ìkànnì tẹ́gbẹ̀ ń jí sòrò ẹ̀.
Níbo la ń pè bí o.